2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Reindeer Games. Not quite day one yet, but we thought we'd do a pre-day one video and explain the rules and the elf specials. Rules are the deals are only available for the day that you see them on or for that particular day. If you see something that you want, you need to order it that day. You'll need to make orders each day depending on what products you want to order. You can't save them in your cart and check out at the end of the games. You need to check out each day. Some of the items will be limited in quantity. We will let you know what ones those are when they come up. The elf specials will be available all week. So those ones you don't have to order on that particular day. We're just letting you know the specials that will be on all week.
Also, when you order for the day, it's from midnight to midnight. It's not business hours. So, you know, if you're awake at 11:30 at night, place your order then.
Or 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Some
people are.
All of the orders are paid for each day when you check out online. We don't ever get to see your credit card number if you're worried about that. It is kept secure through the payment processor, just as it would be if you checked out through your bank. So whenever humanly possible, please submit your order online. We will not always be available to take your order by phone. It is, it's very busy here sometimes.
The store is still open for business.
Yeah, and it can be quite overwhelming to make sure that we're getting those orders right and all the information relayed properly. So if it is all in the same system, then it helps us stay efficient and streamlined and hopefully not make any mistakes. So we'll go through the elf specials and we'll see you tomorrow for day one. But we're going to tell you about all the goodies we have available all week. Tim Holtz scissors. Maddie can tell you about those because they're one of her favorites as well as mine.
Yeah. This is the one I use the most. It's the small 5-inch one. I do a lot of wool work, as you know, and this just grips the wool and helps you to get around curves, and when you have to cut out little windows and things, the small ones are the best. The other size I use a lot are the 7-inch. I don't do a lot of quilts, so I haven't really had the opportunity to use the 9.5, but I'm sure they're just as good as the rest of these. They have a nice serrated edge, so you know you're not slipping. It's going to hold on to your wool or your fabric.
And these are those scissors that will cut right up to the very tip. There's no part of the scissor that will not cut. Handles are nice and soft and cushy. So
and
big
enough for your hand.
Yeah, they stay comfortable, and they are a really nice size between the sizes of blades. Next we have the a few select sizes of the Quilters Select rulers. We have the 2.5 by 18, the 6.5 by 6.5, the 5 by 5, and the 6.5 by 24. If you are buying your very first ruler, I would say buy the 6.5 by 24 or the 6 by 24. You know, if you're buying your first ruler, that is the first must-have.
Yeah.
It will cut your fabric all the way from selvage to fold without having to reposition. You can do a lot with this before you invest into other rulers. The no slip grip is on the back of all of their rulers. It's fantastic.
It's nice because when you're using this ruler, which we use every day in the shop here, we lay our fabric out, we put the ruler on, and the ruler will not move. You know, you just have to put your hand on it and it cuts. You know, some of the older ones, they'll slip as you get to the end, but these are great for that.
Even the ones that say no slip or whatever, they still slip. These ones do not. They're fantastic. We also have the...
Do you want to talk about the handle?
Sure.
While
Yeah,
we're-
actually, while we're talking
Yeah.
about the rulers. The ruler handle is my absolute favorite. Because these are so grippy on the fabric, sometimes they can be a bit of a pain to pick up,
Yeah.
you know, when you're doing a lot of repetitive cutting. The handle just suctions to the ruler, and it is meant to pick the ruler up in between cuts, not necessarily to hold it, you know, while you're cutting. So I usually have it in my hand like this, and as I'm cutting, cut, and then pick it up, cut, pick it up, cut, and you can see you can pick it up just by that handle. So these are fantastic and a great price point too. I have a couple of them, and I don't even like to pick up my ruler anymore without having a handle on it. So they get swapped back and forth all the time.
And I don't have any, but I think I'm getting one.
They've been a little secret around the shop sometimes. We also have the superior titanium top stitch needles as well. They are in the 80-12 and the 90-14 sizes, as well as the Old Faithful Smets Universal 80-12. And if I could just tell you about the superior titanium needles, they usually say to change your needle about every 8 hours of sewing. We don't know many people that actually do that.
I would be one.
Most people keep their needle in their machine until it either starts acting up or it breaks altogether.
Or your machine's going plump, plump, plump.
With the superior titanium top stitch needles, they have a titanium coating on them, and they can last up to 8 times longer than a regular chrome needle. So those are fantastic for people who don't like to change their needles or just forget to change their needles all the time. They also have a larger eye, being a top stitch needle, and a larger groove down the front of the needle that helps to protect your thread when it's going in and out of the fabric, to protect it against the friction of just sewing. The Old Faithful, the Smets Universals, they're just a regular universal needle used by thousands, millions probably, and they're good. They're a good all-around needle for general sewing. So the superior titanium needles will come in a pack of 10, and the Smets needles will come in a pack of 50 if you like buying your needles in bulk. And then we have blades, because everybody needs blades. Various sizes. You'll see all the sizes on the website. Anything you could need, really. And the endurance blades, they are those are not titanium coated. They're a hardened steel, and they are heat treated to be harder and sharper than the regular blades. So they are a little bit more expensive, but they are sharper and they last longer. So if you want to try one of those out, if you find you're going through blades a lot, give one of those a try and see if that helps extend the life of your blades at all.
It does say cuts twice as long. And that's not fabric.
Well, it could be.
Yes.
The Splash rotary cutters, if you're looking for something that doesn't necessarily look like all your friends, Not that you can get together right now, but you know, whatever.
You can zoom and show it off.
Unfortunately, we only have the turquoise available this year because that was the only one that had stock safe enough to offer, and it has a quick change blade, 45 millimeters, so that's great too.
And then the glue sticks.
And we have the fabric glue sticks from Quilters Select. Those are a fairly new product. I think everybody's probably used fabric glue once or twice. They're just like a regular glue stick, fabric glue if you do any applique. Helpful for even, you know, putting your binding into place when you're hand sewing the back. If you don't like to use clips or pins, all kinds of great uses. And then we have the Quilters Select 80 weight thread, and it is a polyester 80 weight thread. Very nice and fine, has a wee bit of sheen to it. I like it for hand applique, machine quilting. Depending on the look you're going for, it can be great for a lot of different uses. A machine applique works well as well, and we'll have that in all 40 colors, and you can find that on the website as well. And to go with those, we also have the Quilters Select bobbin ring. It has the 80 weight thread already pre-wound onto 40 bobbins. So if you're using it a lot for hand applique, I grabbed one of those last year because we had them, just so that I had a little bit of every thread. There was, I think, something like 200 meters on a bobbin, maybe not quite that much, but there was quite a bit. There's 400 meters on one of the spools, and there was quite a bit on one of the bobbins. Unfortunately, I can't remember exactly how much. But that gives you a little taste of using the thread and getting all the colors at the same time without having to buy the huge, not huge spool, but the spools.
And it's nice having a stash.
Yeah, of all the colors.
Yes.
So that's it for the elf specials, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 1.
Bye.
Bye.
Jolly old San Nicholas, leading your year this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm gonna say. Christmas, it feels coming soon. Now you're all mad.